What if you could step beyond the veil of time? What if you could witness what no human eyes were meant to see? The control room of the cosmos, where angels gather, elders bow, and eternity sings. In today's episode, we begin a powerful journey through the book of Revelation, a book many fear to read, but few truly understand. This first vision isn't about chaos or destruction. It's about glory, worship, and the majesty of the one who sits on heaven's throne. You'll discover what the throne of God actually looks like, who the mysterious 24 elders are, the role of the strange, winged living creatures, and why understanding this scene is the key to unlocking the rest of Revelation. So close your eyes, quiet your soul, and follow me beyond the stars, to the throne, to the center of all creation. I looked, and I saw a door open in the sky. It wasn't just a door. It was a passage, a call from beyond the stars. And the voice I heard was like a trumpet, loud, clear, alive. It said, "Come up here, and I will show you what must happen after this." Before I could breathe, I was taken, not in body, but in spirit, pulled into the realm where time has no hold. And suddenly I stood in the courts of heaven. There, at the center, was a throne. A light brighter than anything on earth surrounded it. The one who sat upon it had the glow of jasper and ruby, fiery and brilliant. Around the throne shimmered a glowing rainbow, emerald green like spring after the storm. Flashes of lightning shot from the throne. Thunder rumbled like voices calling out in waves. And before the throne were 7 blazing lamps. These were the 7 spirits of God, divine forces of wisdom, strength, and eternal truth. Below the throne stretched what looked like a sea of glass, calm, deep, and clear like crystal. It reflected everything, even eternity itself. Surrounding the throne were 4 living creatures, not like anything I'd ever seen. The first looked like a lion, fierce and proud. The second, like an ox, strong and steady. The third had the face of a man, wise and watchful. And the fourth was like a flying eagle, sharp and soaring. Each creature had 6 wings, and their bodies were covered in eyes, front and back. They missed nothing, saw everything, and day and night never stopped crying out, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come." Their voices echoed across dimensions, not with anger, but with pure power. Surrounding the throne were 24 smaller thrones, and seated upon them were 24 elders. They were dressed in white robes, glowing with righteousness. On their heads were golden crowns, and every time the living creatures praised the one on the throne, the elders would fall down, remove their crowns, and lay them at his feet. And they cried with voices full of love and awe, "You are worthy, O Lord our God, to receive glory, honor, and power, for you created all things." Glory, honor, and power, for you created all things, and by your will they exist and were created. It was not worship out of fear, but worship born from seeing the fullness of who God is. Everything had meaning. Every movement, every word, every breath of light had purpose. There was no confusion, only order, peace, majesty. I realized this was not just a throne. It was the center of reality, the heart of all creation. From here, time itself flows. Angels take their commands. The fate of nations is measured. This was heaven's command room. And I, a man, was allowed to witness it. But why was I shown this? Why reveal such glory? Because what happens next will not make sense without this throne. Without understanding who rules and from where. The trials, the beasts, the judgments to come. They are not chaos. They are part of something greater. And so, the vision begins not with destruction, but with worship. Before the seals are broken, before the trumpets sound, before the world trembles, Heaven sings. And from the throne comes the next chapter. This is the revelation, not just of the end, but of the truth. The throne stands, the one who sits upon it reigns. What comes next will shake the heavens, but do not fear. The King is still on the throne. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mystic Dimensions, for more spiritual and mystical content. Thank you for watching.